Blue Beetle issue 10, Josh Trujillo on
Mm-hmm.
the writing and Adrian Gutierrez on the art. Take it away, Matt.
Yeah. So Pinnacle is running roughshod over the city, and it doesn't look like there's any chance. And
I know
Jaime's getting
MGF was in Blue Beetle, but all right.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
So gonna give people the reminder that Noldar was the Green Beetle, right, and that Ted's sister. Why am I drawing a blank on her name? It's Veronica. Yeah, no, Victoria. Victoria Accord essentially corrupted it, so now it's trying to do its processing regardless, and it's heading down to take out the Horizon, who are the Reach refugees, right? The whole series started off with, and so Jaime is trying to figure out how they're going to do this, and as he's trying to like steal up the nerve in the rain, staring up at this kaiju-sized robot, he hears from Ted, and he says, Jaime, I have an update, and him and Victoria are on the way. One small thing on the art, they make Ted Cord look just absolutely jacked in one of the panels. It's kind of funny, because when I think of him as Blue Beetle, I think that he's kind of just a regularly shaped human, right? He's got a lot of technology. He's not Batman, who's spending a lot of time at the gym, getting big. So I thought that was kind of funny. But as Ted and Victoria are talking to Jaime, they head down into her lab, and she's made a new version of the bug, and it's been upgraded, and it's a little bit more sleek. And Ted's like, well, the Horizon and Jaime need us, so let's go. And Victoria's like, well, no, Pinnacle's doing what it's supposed to. Like, we can try to stop it, but it's kind of inevitable. And Ted kind of is like, wait, no, you know what? I'm tired of you doing this. You're coming with me whether you want to or not. You have a lesson to learn. And so Jaime tries to hold off the Pinnacle robot until Ted can get there, and he uses the energy to create like this big cannon and shoots a hole right through Pinnacle. But Pinnacle's programming and nanotechnology and stuff heals it before Jaime can do anything. And that's when Pinnacle decides to hit Jaime with his own beam, smacks him aside, and Jaime lands into the water. And because he got direct hit by that beam, his Beetle starts to go into preservation mode and is like, our life support's compromised. We don't have too long. And the Horizon go to make their last stand, and they try to reach through to the Green Beetle, Noldar, to the actual device, and it's not listening because now it identifies as Pinnacle. So it starts to launch missiles at the Horizon and the ship that's in like the bay, Palmyra City, and they end up getting Dynasties to try to hold it off by blowing up these missiles. The Blue Beetles show up, the second bug, and they realize that from Victoria's plans that if they get close enough and hit it with a certain rhythm of energy, the nanobots will be disrupted, and it can't reform. So that's going to be the best shot. So what Ted's going to do is come up behind it and get into the spot, and then have Jaime, if he can. And they don't realize that he's back under the water, not being able to, in life support system essentially. So they go for it anyways. Jaime gets, digs deep enough as as his scarab is kind of trying to tell him, like, we only have one shot. Make this count, or else it's us. And it ends up working because as he jumps up, he yells at Pinnacle. He goes, "You don't know who I am, but I'm Jaime Reyes, guardian of Palmyra City, a protector, a hero, a friend, and an alien," right? And that's where it really gets where this book has sung is it's not just like the outer space aliens, right? It's the type of immigrant, and that's kind of what his stories always resonated with me, right? Is like he is this Latino kid from Texas that becomes, the successor to another superhero. And so just the fact that these two, that the artist and writer, also Latino, they're putting that in there, And so the fact that he's proud to be an alien, right? Like this is his city, but it's also, you know, he's not from there, but he's going to take it up anyways. And it ends up working in the Beetle goes into like Super Saiyan mode essentially, and it blows up the Pinnacle robot so much so that the head falls off. It takes a couple steps and then falls down, kind of in that Mecha Godzilla kind of way. And then the Beetle's trying to crawl away, and Jaime picks it up, and Victoria wants to vaporize it, and he goes, "No, this is all your fault. You corrupted the Beetle. The Beetle was fine, right? Like when it was being used by Natita, it was just a regular scarab that was programmed by the Reach or the Horizon to protect them from the Reach. And you turned it into this. It deserves a second chance. Everybody deserves a second chance. And we have to try to make up for our mistakes. And it's this really like the art here is Jaime has his back to essentially the camera, right? And Ted and Victoria are on equal sides of him. And when he's talking to Victoria, he's looking at Ted too. So it almost feels like he's almost like, hey, Ted, second chances are kind of what us Blue Beetles are based off of, which is it's a really nice the way the layout and sequencing goes, and that his Jaime's Beetle starts talking to him and is like, look, you would risk your life to protect a creation of the Horizon, and he goes, yeah, I do the same for you, right? To his Scarab. And the Scarab starts processing, goes, understood. Conclusion, the sentiment is shared. And thank you, Jaime Reyes. So it seems like now him and his Scarab are fully bonded, right? Is that even though in the last arc it went into that full legato mode and killed the Blood Scarab against Jaime's wishes, it seems now that it is going to be a partnership. This whole thing about second chances and showing, you don't have to be a weapon of war, right? You can be a weapon of protection is all there. And they're looking out over the wreckage of the Pinnacle robot, and the sun starting to peek through all the clouds. And it's just a really nice, image to end the book on. So, yeah, Blue Beetle continues to be a lot of fun. The art by Gutierrez is fantastic. So to see him pop up in A World's Finest should be a lot of fun. And yeah, that's Blue Beetle. So I'm going to give this a 7.5.